want a beer?
Or do you want to smoke some pot?
Or we can have premarital sex.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Project 31 for 2023, where I watch 31 horror films in the 31 days of October, and I'll give you my review for each and every single one of them. Today, October 15th, I will review the movie Jason X. Jason X, or Jason in Space, is a sci-fi slasher film that is, technically speaking, the last Friday the 13th movie chronologically, as the start of the film happens after the Freddy vs. Jason movie, even though the latter actually came out a year after this one. You think that's complicated? Don't get me started. This time around, the government has captured Jason, and the head scientist, Rowan, wants to permanently freeze him. Jason actually managed to set himself free and chases Rowan to the freezing chamber, where she manages to stick him in. However, Jason has the last revenge because he stuck back. As the frozen gas starts to fill his chamber, he punctures it, hitting Rowan and filling her room as well. Cut to 455 years later, the team, led by Professor Lowe, discovers the hidden facility and picks up both Jason and Rowan back to their ship.
The other viable is marked Voorhees. That's not Jason Voorhees, is it?
What do you know about him?
Apparently, Old Earth has been abandoned for a couple of centuries because of course, toxic waste. And the professor and his crew of students are just exploring and trying to find relics from the past to actually sell. The crew works to revive Rowan and to study Jason. At first, Jason is considered a big find due to his legacy and his current brain reading. And of course, with big legacy comes big money. But alas, he comes back to life and starts a massive killing spree. I cannot begin to describe how meta this movie is. I'm pretty sure, despite not being the actual end of the Friday the 13th movies, this one is an absolute nail to the coffin of this franchise. The self-references and the meta way in which the characters operate and how the story unfolds is just plain ridiculous. One thing that an old fogey like myself enjoyed is the weird role reversal that Lexa Doig, who plays Rowan, and Lisa Ryder, who plays KM14, have in this movie. Back in the early 2000s, there was a little TV show called Andromeda. However, Lexa Doig actually played the android, and Lisa Ryder actually played the human crewmate. I was half expecting for a small cameo of Kevin Sorbo.
This isn't my world. Disappointed!
Look, I'm not a big Jason fan, and I have not seen most of the other Friday the 13th movies. Well, maybe not past the third one. But the body count in this movie is actually insane, even compared to the other ones. In fact, this movie has the highest body count of any Friday the 13th movie, clocking in at 25. One more than Jason Goes to Hell. The fact that this movie is set in space and in the future allows the writers a bit of a leeway in terms of how the technology works and how people can kind of be brought back to life. And no, I don't mean Jason. But it also means that they can put Jason in certain situations that it wouldn't be possible in any other way. I'm referring, of course, to the Star Trek holodeck that they have on board. So technically, Jason is put back in his own time, sort of like the 80s, and grab another couple kills from two naked teen chicks.
He's done with the campers.
Wow, he's good.
As for recommendation for this movie, I'm on the fence here. For what it is, which is a cheesy slasher with an iconic killer character, this franchise seems to be very, very tired. But because it's a very meta in nature and it's a short 90-minute romp in space, I'll give it a pass, I guess. All the regular tropes are there for you to enjoy your typical slasher film. It follows those rules to a T and innovates basically on nothing. If you're into the Friday the 13th franchise, pick another movie from the bunch. If you're down to just seeing bodies getting racked up, you can watch this one. I thank you for watching. If you're watching this review and this is not the Halloween season, please be sure to check out the other reviews that I've done in the past, or our Saturday show, The Real McCoy Podcast, where we dive much deeper into amazing movies.